happened. She grabbed me and I was just trying to push her off. You had your hands on her ass, Chris. Again, family got involved. Again, Amber cried and said Chris had pursued her. Again, everyone believed her because Amber was Amber and I was just Megan. And surely Amber wouldn't do this twice. Maybe you're picking the wrong guys. My Aunt Lisa suggested gently. Maybe you need to look at the common denominator here. The common denominator wasn't me. It was Amber. But I couldn't prove it. And honestly, after Chris, I started to wonder if maybe they were right. Maybe I was picking terrible guys who couldn't resist my gorgeous cousin. The third time it happened, I knew for sure. His name was David. I was 25. We'd been dating for 2 years, and he'd just proposed to me 3 weeks before my cousin Michelle's wedding. I was wearing my engagement ring, this simple gold band with a tiny diamond that David had saved up for months to buy. I didn't even bring David as my date. He came separately because he had to work that morning. He showed up right before the ceremony, kissed my cheek, told me I looked beautiful. During the cocktail hour, I was talking to my grandmother about wedding plans. David said he was going to get a drink. I watched him walk to the bar. I literally watched him. 15 minutes later, I went to find him. They were in the coat room. Amber's dress was hiked up. David's jacket was on the floor. I didn't cry this time. I just stared. Amber saw me first. And this time, she didn't even try to hide the smile. This time, she just shrugged. "I'm sorry, Megan," she said. But she wasn't sorry at all. David tried to explain, tried to say she'd pulled him in there, that he'd been trying to leave. But I saw his hand on her thigh. I saw the lipstick on his collar. I took off my engagement ring right there, dropped it on the floor between them, walked out. That was 2 years ago. Since then, I haven't brought anyone to a family wedding. I've gone alone, sat at the singles table, smiled politely while Amber brought different boyfriends, and everyone cooed over how perfect she was. I stopped dating seriously, stopped trusting anyone enough to introduce them to my family. My therapist said I had trust issues. My best friend Kayla said I needed to confront Amber directly. But how do you confront someone that everyone believes is an angel? Then, 3 months ago, I found out something interesting. I was at a coffee shop near my apartment working on my laptop when I overheard 2 women talking at the next table. One of them mentioned Amber's name, not a common name in my city, but I figured it was probably someone else. Then the woman said, "Yeah, Amber Westbrook, probation. Can you believe it? She always seemed so put together." I froze. Amber Westbrook, my cousin, on probation. I know I shouldn't have, but I leaned closer and listened. The woman was a court clerk talking to her friend about her day. She mentioned something about fraud charges, community service, regular check-ins with a probation officer, my perfect cousin Amber, on probation. I went home and did what any normal person would do. I internet stalked the hell out of her. It took some digging, but I found it. 6 months ago, Amber had been charged with credit card fraud. She'd been using fake credit cards to buy designer clothes, expensive jewelry, all the things that made her look like she had her life together. She'd pleaded guilty, got probation instead of jail time because it was her first offense, and she cried prettily in court. None of the family knew. She'd kept it completely secret. I sat there in my apartment staring at the court documents on my screen, and I felt something shift inside me. For the first time in years, I had leverage, but I didn't know what to do with it. Then my cousin Rachel announced her engagement, wedding in 3 months. I got the invitation in the mail, thick cream cardstock with gold lettering. I almost threw it away. I'd already decided I wasn't going to go. But then I thought about Amber. I thought about her.
Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.